Hey up everyone, welcome back to the Rugby League History channel. I hope you're all well, wherever you may be in the world. Tonight's video is going to be my NRL Round 2 tips for the 2021 NRL season. So let's get straight into it with the first match, which is kicking off on Thursday night. Bankwest Stadium, Parramatta against Melbourne. For Melbourne, they're unchanged. For Parramatta, Keegan Hipgrave gets dropped and Niakari comes back. For this game, even though it's at Bankwest Stadium, I'm going to go Melbourne to win 13 plus. I think Parramatta were very lucky to win last week against Brisbane, and if they play like they did in the first half, it's going to be a hiding for Parramatta. So I'm going to go Melbourne 13 plus. The first match on Friday sees New Zealand up against Newcastle at Central Coast. So for New Zealand, Ewan Aiken's out, Adam Pompey comes in. And for Newcastle, they're unchanged after their victory over Canterbury Bankstown. For this particular match, I'm going to go for New Zealand. I'm going to pick New Zealand to win this match between 1 to 12 points. I liked what I saw last week against New Zealand, and I think they can back it up with another win. Newcastle were quite good as well, but I'm going to go for a bit of an upset here and go for New Zealand. The second game on the Friday sees Gold Coast up against Brisbane, and this match is being played at Seaboard Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. For the Gold Coast, Philip Sammy's in for Brian Kelly, who broke his hand, and for Brisbane, Matt Lodge is out and Flegler's in. Xavier Coates and John Asiata, I think they've also been named to play. For this game, I'm going to go for Brisbane to win this match between 1 to 10 points. I liked what I saw against Parramatta last week, how the way Brisbane played in that first half. I think if they wouldn't have got those injuries, they probably would have won. For the Gold Coast, they were very disappointing against New Zealand. They looked very flat. So I'm going to go for Brisbane to win this match 1 to 10 points. The first match on Super Saturday sees Canterbury Bankstown up against Penrith. This match is being played at Bankwest Stadium in Parramatta. So for Canterbury, Brad Dietz, for some reason, even though I thought he played all right last week, he's been dropped for Jeremy Marshall-King. Bit of a strange decision there, like. And to Penrith, they're unchanged after their 24-0 win over North Queensland. And why not? Why change anything? So for this particular game, even though I think Canterbury were in the contest against Newcastle, I think there won't be any match for Penrith. I'm going to go for Penrith to win 13 plus in this match. If Penrith play the way that they did against North Queensland and actually, if they can actually hold onto the ball and complete some sets in the attacking zone and things like that, I think Penrith can win 13 plus over Canterbury. The next match on Super Saturday sees Manly Warringah up against South Sydney. This game's being played at Brookvale Oval there. For Manly, they've got Andrew Davey to start, and also Cade Cuss comes into the side after he scored a hat-trick for Blacktown Wakers against North Sydney over the weekend. For Manly though, especially in NRL vids, he'd be fuming over this. Lachlan Croker is still in the side, despite having 0 runs and 0 run meters. For South Sydney, Josh Mansour, after one game, has been dropped by Wayne Bennett. I know on the South page, a lot of South fans wanted Josh Mansour's head on a pike on top of London Bridge there. Jacob Horse has also been dropped, and Jackson Paulo and Keon Kulamatungi come in for them. For this game, I don't think it's going to be a blowout like what happened last week to Manly. Generally, teams that get flogged, they come out the next week with a point to prove. And I think that Souths are going to get the win between 1 to 10 points, but it's not going to be a blowout. I think Manly's going to come out with a lot of intent, but I think they just don't have the troops or the momentum at the moment, I think. And Souths will get back to winning ways in round 2. The final game on Super Saturday sees North Queensland up against St George. This match is being played at the Queensland Country Bank Stadium up in Townsville. North Queensland are unchanged. Todd Payton, even though they lost 24-0, he's going to go with the same 17. I know Nick from Australia will be fuming at that. He said that Cohen S can eat 2-year-old hot dogs and Jake Clifford can go fuck himself. But once again, they've been named in the side for St George. Corey Norman comes in for Adam Clune. For this game, I'm going to go for North Queensland to win this match. I think North Queensland is going to win between 1 to 6 points. I think the only way is up for North Queensland after getting beaten 24-0. The only way is up. They'll be coming out with a point to prove in front of their own fans there. And I think they'll get the job done over St George just. The first match on Sunday sees West Tigers up against Sydney Roosters. This match has been played at Campbelltown Stadium out there. For West Tigers, Adam Dwayne's been named in the team. He's coming back after I think he was suspended. For Eastern Suburbs, they got a few players out. There's no Cardner now, there's no Crichton, there's no Friends. I think Adam Kieran's also out. I think, what's his name? Freddie Lussick's coming back into the side for Jake Friends. So Eastern Suburbs, even though they've got a star team, they're going to be down a few players. For this particular game, I'm going to go for Eastern Suburbs to win 1 to 12. I think they're going to have a bit too much for West Tigers. West Tigers started well last week against Canberra, but I think it's going to be the same again. I reckon they're going to start well against Eastern Suburbs there, but I think Sydney Roosters, they're going to have a bit too much for West Tigers there on the Sunday. And the last game to end the round is Cronulla Sutherland up against Canberra. This match has been played at Cogra Oval, so another home away from home game for Cronulla. For Cronulla, Jesse Ramian is out. He's been suspended. Maureen Hiroti comes into the starting lineup. For Canberra, no changes, and why not? But they will still be without Jared Croker. For this match, I'm going to go for Canberra to win between 1 to 12 points. I think Canberra's going to be too good for Cronulla. I thought Cronulla played all right against St George last week. They got a little bit lucky with some of the tries, bouncing the ball and all that keeping, but I think Canberra's one of my Premiership favourites this year, and if they're going to consider themselves Premiership favourites, they're going to have to beat the likes of Cronulla. So anyways, that's me round 2 NRL 2021 tips. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm at 782 subscribers at the moment, looking to get to 800. That's my next goal. So thanks for everyone for watching this video, and I'll catch you all later in the next one. Alright, tatty bye now.